All right, if you're a property manager, you definitely know the feeling. You've got what seems like a simple maintenance project, right? But then it just spirals into total chaos. Well, today we're going to get beyond the paint and really talk about mastering project phasing. It's the real secret to keeping your projects on track and, maybe more importantly, your tenants happy.
I mean, think about it. It starts with a simple plan for a repaint job. But the next thing you know, you're just fielding call after call from angry tenants, you're trying to navigate completely blocked parking lots, and you're just watching your schedule go completely off the rails. So what is it? What turns a straightforward project into an absolute operational nightmare? Well, it's usually not what you see, it's what you didn't plan for. And this quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it. See, the problem usually isn't the work itself. Painting is painting. The real issue is the weak operational planning before the first can of paint is even opened. And that's exactly the gap we're going to close today. So, to solve this, we first need to get real about the hidden issues, the things that quietly sabotage your projects, your budget, and yeah, your relationship with your tenants. So, let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on. You know, from a distance, a building can look just fine. But when you get up close, that's where you find the budget bombs. Failed caulk, for instance, isn't just a cosmetic thing. It lets moisture in, and that risks some seriously costly water damage. Peeling paint, that means extensive scraping, which adds days, maybe even weeks to the schedule. And rust is never just ugly, it signals deeper issues with the substrate itself. Every single one of these adds time and money that was never, ever in the initial plan. And this is just a crucial point. You really can't get a serious price until you understand the real condition of the surfaces. Ignoring all these little details is like building your budget on quicksand. It's just bound to sink the moment the real work actually begins. Okay, so the second major project killer is access. Honestly, this is where the chaos really hits your tenants. Where are you going to put the lifts without blocking the main entrance or taking up half the parking lot? How do your crews work safely when tenants are walking right through the area? Can you even run noisy equipment during business hours? These are not minor details. They are absolutely central to keeping the peace. And that's why this is so important. Planning how people and equipment will physically get to the work area is just as critical as planning the work itself. It directly impacts your schedule, your labor costs, and most importantly, your tenants' day-to-day experience. All right, so we've diagnosed the problems. Now let's talk about the solution. And it's a powerful strategy that brings order to the chaos of working in an active building. It's called phasing. So what is phasing? Well, to put it simply, it just means you don't treat the project as one giant, overwhelming task. Instead, you break it into smaller, more manageable stages. And this allows you to work around your building's operations, keeping key areas open and minimizing the impact on every single person who uses the space. A really great phasing plan follows 4 key steps. First, you've got to know your building's rhythm. When are people coming and going? When are the peak times? Second, protect your most sensitive areas, like the main lobby or key retail storefronts. Third, you schedule the messy or loud work around those realities. And finally, and listen, this one is non-negotiable. You have to communicate that plan. A single email detailing what to expect can prevent dozens of complaint calls. Trust me. Now, a common question that comes up with phasing is whether to schedule work after hours. And it's a classic trade-off, right? On one hand, after-hours work is fantastic for minimizing tenant disruption. But you're looking at higher labor costs and much trickier security logistics. Daytime work, on the other hand, is cheaper and way easier to coordinate, but you have to be on top of managing that disruption. The right answer really just depends on your property, your budget, and what your priorities are. The bottom line is, by breaking a large project into logical phases, you gain control. It completely transforms a disruptive event into a predictable, manageable process. It's just a smarter way to operate in a busy, active building. So you see the hidden dangers and you understand the phasing solution. What is the single most effective first step you can take to make sure your next project starts off with absolute clarity and confidence? So often, managers will ask for an estimate when what they really, truly need is a site walkthrough. Think about it. If the scope is kind of fuzzy, if phasing is going to be tricky, or if you're in an occupied building with known issues, a walkthrough is the only way to get a real plan. An estimate, that's for when you already have all the answers. A walkthrough with a professional partner isn't just something you do before you get a price. It is the planning session. It's where you uncover all those hidden prep issues, map out access, and actually build a smart phasing strategy together. It's how you turn a bunch of assumptions into an actionable, reliable plan. So, as you get ready for your next maintenance project, just ask yourself this. Is my plan built on clear, solid variables, or is it built on risky assumptions that could lead to yet another operational nightmare? The control and ultimately the success of your project is truly in your hands.